A very good morning, dear students. Myself, Professor Satish Shande from the Department of Mathematics, KLS VDIT, Aliala. So, in the previous session, we have studied about the examples on random variables. So, now we'll start with the probability distribution. So, as we know, we have started with the probability distribution, which is finite, and a finite probability distribution which comes under discrete probability distribution. So in discrete probability distributions, we are going to have the discrete random variable, and the probability distribution based on the discrete random variable is said to be discrete probability distribution. So under discrete probability distribution, you are going to study two types of distribution. First one, that is binomial distribution, and second one, that is Poisson's distribution. So before going for the Poisson's, let's start with binomial distribution. So let's begin. What is before knowing the binomial distribution, let's start. What do you mean by repeated trial or Bernoulli's theorem? A random experiment with only two possible outcomes, success or failure, is called Bernoulli's trial. So the probability of x successes, that means here we are going to find the probability distribution in terms of success and failure. Suppose that the probability of x successes in n trials, so we are going to perform the experiment n times, so n trials are there, and suppose that there are out of n there are x successes, then probability of x successes in the n trials is given by ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, where p and q are the probability of success and failure. Now binomial distribution, what is binomial distribution? If p is the probability of success and q is the probability of failure, then the probability of x successes in n trial is given by p of x is equals to ncx p raised to x into q raised to n minus x, where we form the following probability distribution of x comma p of x, where x takes the value 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. Now you can see that here x values, when x is equals to 0, x is equals to 1, 2 and so on. So the corresponding values of p of x are here q raised to n, nc1 q raised to n minus 1, nc2 q raised to n minus 2 into p square. For n it is p raised to n, so on. It is observed that p of x for x is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n are the successive term in the binomial expansion of q plus p raised to n or p plus q raised to n, which is therefore the distribution. That's why the distribution is called as a binomial distribution. Now here you can see summation of p of x. If we take summation of p of x, it is q raised to n plus nc1 q raised to n minus 1 plus and so on. It is plus p raised to n, which is nothing but binomial expansion of q plus p raised to n, which is because p is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure, p plus q is equals to 1. So 1 raised to n will be equals to 1. So summation of p of x is equals to 1. Hence p of x is the probability distribution. Now next we will try to solve some example. So first example, a coin is tossed 3 times. Find the probability of getting exactly, first one exactly one head, at the most 2 head, at least 2 heads. Now as we know, p means probability of success. Now we can term it as probability of success is nothing but probability of getting head. So p is equals to p of h, which is equals to, as you know, 1 by 2, it is 0.5, and q is nothing but 1 minus p, which is 0.5 again, and number of trials is n is equals to 3. Now first one, exactly one head, that is probability that exactly one head will get. So that means p of x is equals to 1. So in the above formula we have to substitute n is equals to 3, x is equals to 1 and p is 0.5, q is 0.5. Then in that case we will get it as 0.375 as the answer. In the second case, here at most 2 heads, that means probability that x is less than or equals to 2. That means it is probability of x is equals to 0 plus probability of x is equals to 1 plus probability of x is equals to 2. Okay, so in this case also the answer will get it as 0.375 what we got earlier. Next, probability that at most, next is at least two heads. At least two head means it is probability that x is greater than or equals to 2. In that case, it is 1 minus probability of x less than or equals to 2. You can write, means it is x less than 2. It is 1 minus probability of x is equals to 0 plus x is equals to 1, which is nothing but you will get it as 1 minus probability of x is equals to 0.125 plus 0.375. So the probability, next example, the probability that a person aged 60 years will live up to 70 is 0.65. Okay, what is the probability that out of 10% aged 60 years, at least age 60, at least 7 of them will live up to 70. Now let x be the number of person aged 60 years living up to 70 days. Now given p is equals to 0.65, q is equals to 0.35. Now p of x is equals to ncx p raised to x p raised to n minus x. Here you can see that n is equals to 10. Therefore we have to find p of x greater than or equals to 7. That means p of 7 plus p of 8 plus p of 9 plus p of 10, which is nothing but you will get it as 0.5138. Next example. In a sampling of large number of parts manufactured by a company, the mean of defectiveness is in a sample of 20 is 2. Out of 1000 such samples, how many would be expected to contain at least 3 defective parts? Now here in this case you can see that given mean of the is given, it is mean is 2, that means np is equals to 2, and here n is given 20. So n is 20, so 20p is equals to 2, that means p is equals to 2 by 20, which will get it as 0.1. If p is 0.1, then q is 1 minus p, which is 0.9. Now let x denotes the number of defective parts. Now therefore p of x is equals to ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So which is nothing but 20cx 0.1 raised to x 0.9 raised to n minus x. So here you will get, that is 20 minus x you will get here. So in this case you will get probability that at least 3 defective parts, that means probability of x greater than or equals to 3. It means probability of 3 plus probability of 4 plus probability of 5 and so on up to probability of 20. Now that is nothing but 1 minus probability of x is equals to 0 plus x is equals to 1 plus x is equals to 2, which comes around 0.323. This is the probability that out of 20 at least 3 will be defective. Then what about out of 1000 such samples, how many will be expected to be defective? In that case it is 0.323 into 1000, which is 323 in number. So in sampling large number of parts, it is out of 1000 samples 323 are expected to be defective. Next, in 800 families with 5 children each, how many families would be expected to have 3 boys, 5 girls, either 2 or 3 boys and at most 2 girls? So now by assuming the possibility of boys and girls is to be equal, solution. Now here as it is given, the possibility or probability of having boy or girl is equal. That means if p is the probability of having boy, then it is 1 by 2, then q is equals to 1 by 2, that is probability of having girl, and n is equals to 5, that is number of children in each family, it is 5. Now therefore p of x, you can see that p of x is equals to 5cx 1 by 2 raised to x 1 by 2 raised to minus 5 minus x, which comes around 5cx upon 32. Now since we have expected to have with respect to 800 families, so it is the probability function will be 800 into p of x. So 800 into 5cx upon 32, which is 25 into 5cx. This 25 into 5cx. So now what happens with the here first case, 3 boys means f of 3 is equals to f of 3, x is equals to 3, you need to substitute. So f of 3, here 800 into p of x we are denoted by f of x. So f of x is equal to 25 into 5 c3. which is comes around 250. So 250 families will be having 3 boys. So f of 0, no boys, so it is 25 into 5c0, which is 25. Then third case, either 2 or 3 boys, in that case f of 2 plus f of 3, which is equals to 500. Expected number of family with 2 or 3 boys. And I hope you can calculate at the most 2 girls. At the most 2 girls means at the most 3 boys. Okay, in that case you can find probability of x less than or equals, that is f of x less than or equals to 3, that you can find out. I hope you will try to find that. So with this I conclude today's session, and at the end of this session the students will be understanding what do I mean by binomial distribution and how to obtain the probability of success in case of the given examples. Okay, and here are some additional reference given through YouTube channels. I request each and every one of you to go through those YouTube channels. So with this I conclude today's session. Thank you.